Hear me clearly. America is not a racist country.
Shh, be very quiet.
Get off the field right now. You hear me? You need to get off the field right now.
He owns it.
No, he doesn't. Get off the field right now. You gotta get off the field right now.
We're going nowhere.
Right now.
We're not gonna get some bigger
Off
muscle.
the field right now.
We're going nowhere.
You're going off the field right now.
Do
You're
it.
going off the field right now. Let's go. Let's go. Off the field right now.
Make me then. Make me. You get off. You get off. I'm gonna stay right here.
Let's go. Let's go.
What's up the whole game? Yeah, this is my field. I'm the owner.
Nah, I don't think so. But
Yeah, well, you don't think so.
Well,
Well, you go get some power there. Go get some
You get off the field right
Stay
now.
right here. You get off.
Nah.
You get off. I stay right here. Let's see who got the biggest muscle.
We'll see. I guess we'll see.
Well, we'll see that.
I guess we'll see how long this
Yeah,
game
we'll
goes.
see that.
Now, one of the previous videos that I covered, I sat up there and explained to you guys how that incident dealing with a black man and his music and him wanting to play it off of his phone at a restaurant, at an establishment, had nothing to do with racism. Somebody asking him to turn down his music had nothing to do with racism. Nothing. Zero. Now, this had everything to do with racism. And let me just be very specific with people, because some people are like, well, I didn't hear race mentioned. I didn't hear any words, because whenever these things take place, people are looking for very specific incidences. People don't understand that you can have overt and you can have covert, right? Racism, meaning that somebody doesn't have to specifically call you a slur in order for the incident to be racist. It can be the tone. It can be the demeanor. It can be how it is that the person is going about the situation. Because this guy, the white guy, is security, right? This is AB. This is Antonio Brown. Everybody knows pretty much who Antonio Brown is, right? You even hear the kids in the crowd, yo, AB, AB, right? They're calling him out. There's nobody else on the field, right? Nobody else on the field. They're looking at him and calling him out. So you mean to tell me, as a security guard, you don't see that he's sitting up there shaking hands? He's sitting up there signing stuff. People are calling his name. It's not ringing to you that, oh, this dude, he must be some type of celebrity, or he must be some type of, sports star or something like that. Nah. He looked at the dude. He was like, yo, you got to get off the field. He was like, why I gotta get off the field? You got to get off the field now. Didn't give a reason why he needs to get off the field. You need to get off the field now. Make me get off the field. Make me get off the field, right? And then you saw Antonio Brown starting to walk, but even before then, my bad. Even before then, before Antonio Brown even had to acknowledge what was going on, the guy behind the camera, the guy that was actually filming, told the security guard, like, yo, that's Antonio Brown. Like, he owns the team. Like, he owns the field. Like, this is him. Security guy was like, no, he doesn't. No, he's not. And I'm like, how do you know? You literally have a walkie-talkie. You can sit up there and have these conversations. You can call somebody, your higher ups, because you have higher ups. You're just security at the end of the day. For whatever reason, this dude really thought that he was Super Trooper. He really thought he was that 5-star. He was that 5-star security. He really thought he was that man. He thought he was that guy. He's not that guy. And this is exactly why he didn't try to sit up there and call for backup. He didn't try to like radio into like anybody to see like, yo, does anybody know who Antonio Brown is? The dude said that he's somebody, da. So somebody could have cleared it up and he would have been looking stupid. He didn't want to clear it up. He didn't want to clear it up, because even if it was found that Antonio Brown is who he says that he is and that he owns the team, the guy would have been like, no, you still need to get off the field because we're about to play a game, yada, yada. He would have still tried to pull that. And the main reason that I'm pointing this out to a lot of black people is to further show that, yo, no matter how much money you have, no matter what you own, no matter what you do in life, no matter how many people know you, no matter if you even have young black kids in the crowd calling you out by your AB, you're up there signing stuff, shaking hands. Even if you got all of that going on, they're still going to look at you as just another black person. That's it. Now, I'm pretty sure that you're going to have some conservative black folks online deciding that they want to take up this story, and they'll happen to report on it from their skewed vision, or they won't touch it at all because they have a certain type of demographic. Because the only way that they can technically try to go about the situation, like, well, the security is just looking, random people try to, get on the field all the time. You got YouTubers, TikTokers, people doing pranks. It's impossible for, somebody who might not really be, into sports or different things to actually know who this is. So I don't really see or understand any type of racism here. It was just a severe misunderstanding. That's the only way that they can go about it. They're not going to attack her from the situation of the fact that people on social media know who Antonio Brown is. His name has literally been in the headlines for quite some time now, either for his antics, either for whatever team that he's on, contracts or what have you, or maybe he might have stated something. I even covered stories on him, I think a year or so ago, maybe 1 or 2 times, right? So, anyways, like I'm saying, they only have 2 ways to basically attack it, and they're only going to do it one way. They're not going to go on the race aspect. Please don't expect them to sit up there and do it, because it ain't happening. Because they don't believe in race. Because everybody's American, right? So, to a lot of black people out there, please do not be foolish enough to think that you can just go above and beyond. You can work 2 times or 10 times harder than everybody else, and you're only going to be registered and people are only going to see you just by clear cut your hard work. No, no, no. Please do not be so stupid as to think that. This video has clearly showed you that. This man is an owner of a team, and the guy automatically felt that he knew, like, oh no, I don't. It doesn't matter who this dude is. You say that he owns something. I know that he doesn't. I can look at him and basically know that he doesn't. All I promise you, the chain that Antonio Brown was wearing was worth more than anything that security guard got. He could probably put that up and buy his house several times over. He could more than likely do that. And like I said before, it's crazy to me that you can look at somebody and you can clearly see that their whole ensemble, the whole fashion statement there, more than likely costs more than any cars that you've bought. I'm talking about everything on the ensemble, like from head to toe, going from the chain, the earrings, the rings, the suit, the shirt, the underwear, the socks, the shoe, all of that together. And it's a craziness that, you are just so far gone in the racist mental that you have that you're like, nah, 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 nah. I'm just going to be full-fledged stupid on this, and I'm just going to forgo any type of logic that I can see. You need to get off the field now. Because I promise you, guess what? If this was the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, I promise you that reaction would have been different. Let that have been the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, the reaction would have been completely different. He would have been trying to hold some bags. Hey, sir, how are you doing? I love what you guys are, doing with the team. I actually got some season tickets. Not too long ago, I actually technically kind of sort of, met you before. You were about like 200 feet away, but my father, he pointed you out, and I was like, wow, and I was in awe and in amazement. I couldn't believe that I was, even in the same arena as, such a guy such as you. You got this franchise and all this other. Let it have been the Fords, right, who own Ford Field and the Lions. Let them had been there where Antonio Brown was. I bet you that reaction would have been different. Again, like I said before, things play out this way for very specific reasons. So sometimes you can have racism that is completely blatant and obvious. And sometimes you can have racism where you have to look at the very specific actions. You have to look at the words. You have to look at the tone. You have to look at the mannerisms of an individual. You will clear cut see exactly what it is.